Can you guys not hear me? I mean, I think the sound is good. I don't know. I think everything should be good. Anyway, we're gonna wait for more people to join, and just to make sure that everything is good, the sound is good. So yeah. Okay. So yeah, guys, by the way, I have my window open because it's actually really hot in here, and it's raining outside, so it's really like really heavy raining, so maybe my internet might crash. If the internet is crashing, I'm sorry. I might just disappear like this, but yeah, if I just disappear, it's because of the heavy rain outside. And just by the way, I don't think we hear the rain, but if you hear too much noise outside, I'm gonna close the window. But honestly, I think my microphone is good enough, so we don't hear too much noise. But anyway, I'm just waiting for more people. To join at the moment, and then afterwards we're gonna go over my setups and what's going on, basically, so we can intensify everything. Let me just do a little post. So we are now streaming. I'm gonna share this on Instagram. Okay, that was a car. Okay, on Instagram. So we are now live. Watch it now. Watch. So yeah, just for wait for more people to join. Weekly outlook now. Perfect. And for the link, so for everyone, so we can find the link, I'm gonna share it directly in my Discord community, exactly right here as well. So everyone, we're now live. Weekly outlook. Perfect. Oops, why is that? Okay, perfect. So bam, exactly here, the weekly outlook is now shared in the free community right here. So that's good, that's good. And let me just copy this link and share it as well on Instagram, so more people will be able to join. Watch here. Okay, perfect. So this is now ready, and let's put some music. Okay, perfect. So the little promotion has been sent, and now it's time. So yeah, guys, welcome everyone for this free weekly outlook. So we're gonna go again over my major forex pairs. And yeah, guys, so welcome everyone. Welcome everyone that is texting as well in the chat. So yeah, let's start right now. Some people wanted me to start directly with gold. I can start with gold, guys, if you want. That doesn't really it's not really a big deal. So we're gonna start with gold and see what's going on with gold exactly right here. So first thing first, we are overall, as you can see right here, overall really bullish, but more recently we started to get this bearish momentum to the downside back right here, and we broke structure here. That was the old structure and the newer structure multiple times. So we're actually looking to be a little bit more bearish right now. So this is why I identified all my bearish POIs, as you can see right here. It's a pretty heavy rain that we have outside. I'm really scared that my internet connection is just gonna cut. Anyway, but yeah, we're having this pretty bearish momentum at the moment right now. And the last break of structure, I personally, if you don't know me, I identify my break of structures from a body closure to a body closure. So that's why I have a break of structure exactly right here. As you can see, as here price closed a little bit below than this body closure. So for me, this is a valid break. And after that, we have another valid break to the downside here. However, this valid break of structure downside here, the pullback has been really, really small. So that's why this for me is just some inducement. And you could have been looking for some internal POIs, but the internal POIs all got destroyed. So the only internal POI left is this 1 hour above. And here price didn't sweep any liquidity or anything right here. There was no inducement that got swept. So yeah, basically there's no inducement that got swept. So this is all some liquidity for the POI above, you know, because this high never got swept, this high never got swept. So this is just showing you that this is just a trap for early sellers. So if, for example, you want to sell from this 4 hour POI without inducement, you might get trapped for the fact that price might just continue to push to the upside. And as there was no inducement to sweep here, it will sweep the inducement later on. I don't know if I should close my window. No, it's fine, whatever. Okay, so guys, do you hear the noise? Like, for me it's pretty loud, but do you hear like the rain? Because if you hear it too much, I'm gonna close the window. But for me I don't care, but it's just for you. Do you hear the like, do you hear it in the microphone? No? Okay. No? Okay. Okay. Because I hear like you know, like anyway. No, we're good. Okay, okay guys, perfect. So we're just gonna continue like this. Okay, but yeah, for gold right here, let me I don't want to I'm being deconcentrated, guys. I think I'm gonna close my window for myself. Phlegm. Oh no, phlegm. Okay, I'm just gonna do this. Okay, so basically, I'm sorry guys, I got deconcentrated by the rain, because it's so hot in here that I don't want to close the window, because it's the perfect moment to like put all the hot air out. Anyway, I'm getting deconcentrated. I'm sorry. So right here, gold. Overall, you know, we're overall bearish. We're pushing to the downside because of the fact that we broke structure here, here, and here, and as well here. So we can look for some sells. And like I was explaining, this little pullback is a bit too small, so that's why I'm still identifying my POIs above exactly right here. And this is why as well this 1 hour POI is still internal, because if we consider as this is your big range, you can see that it's not completely in premium. If you consider this as your new small range, technically yes, this 1 hour POI is no longer internal, but like I was explaining, this pullback is really, really small, and to have another aggressive pullback, you can wait for a second one. So when the price action is nice, you know, so for example right here we had nice pullbacks, etc., and then it starts to get pretty aggressive. To confirm the aggressivity of the price, we can actually wait for another pullback to the downside and another break of structure. So if we have multiple aggressive pullbacks, this is no longer traps, this is just the price action that is getting aggressive. So you can actually wait for POIs to be mitigated in this more like small ranges. In this case, this is only one pullback and not two. So for now, I'm still considering this as some inducement. So right here, some liquidity available. And then this will be a sweep, and then price will push to the downside. Or what can happen as well is just price push to the upside and destroy everything and continue to be bullish. But for now, we are more bearish than bullish. So yeah, that's pretty much it. There's pretty much it for gold. So we're just waiting for the POI's mitigation. When we have the liquidity sweep right here, the POI will as well get stronger. So we're gonna tap into this POI break of structure downside on the 15 minutes and just a little sell at the new extreme POI. So you know, just something like this, sell targeting the low, and for a pretty nice risk reward ratio. So yeah, guys, that's pretty much it what we're gonna do on gold. And of course, we just don't enter straight away at the POI. We need to wait for the confirmation on the 15 minute. If you don't wait for the confirmation on the 15 minute, you're exposing yourself to too much risk. I'm not gonna enter just straight away like this at the POI. That doesn't make sense. I'm gonna be waiting for a POI confirmation, and then I'm gonna be entering the POI, because that doesn't really make sense. Okay. And yeah, guys, so there is some inducements and unmitigated orders right here, unfilled orders, so there is some liquidity sitting up there, so that's why the POIs right here are pretty strong. But of course, it can as well just reverse, because overall we're really bullish on gold, so looking for sells might just be short term, but for now this is what the structure is telling us. Okay, so that's it for gold. Now we can go actually in the forex pairs. So if we start with euro USD, euro USD, right here we are overall bullish. As you can see, euro USD is pretty much overall bullish. However, we're having as well this bearish momentum that starts to get installed, as you can see. However, like we saw in the previous call, not call, but previous live stream, we need this low as well to be broken to consider overall a switch in the bias. It's a bit weird because here it's a really aggressive price, actually just pushed up, but usually we need a break of the new range and to confirm a break of the old range. So that's why this is still considered bullish, even if we have this bearish momentum at the moment. But we can actually play ping pong right here between the buys in the sells right here. So what's going on right here? So we're broke structure downside there, and we're broke structure downside here as well, as you can see. Whoops. We're broke structure downside here as well, as you can see. And similar to gold, this pullback is pretty small. If you measure the pullback right here, you know, you will see that this pullback is pretty small. It never actually came back close to 0.5% of the Fibonacci. So that's why this pullback, as it's really small, I don't consider it in my range. But at the same time, the market structure, if you go back right here, you will see that it's been really aggressive for a pretty long time. We've been really aggressive with really small pullbacks. So you have two options. The first option would be to consider this as your new range, you know, or the second option would just be to consider still this as a big range. Personally, what I do when I'm not sure, I'm looking at the aggressivity of the previous price action. On the previous price action, like I said, it was pretty aggressive. So we can consider this, even if it's not the best pullback. Compared to gold, gold has been a bit more, you know, it's been aggressive too, but it's been more retracing well more recently. So that's why euro USD here, you know, it's been more aggressive. So you can consider this right here as a little pullback. However, now, the only issue with it is that right here, for example, we had a 4-hour POI where we could look for some sell. However, pay attention that this is still counter trend, like I was explaining, because we never reached the low. And when there is a counter trend, it's always better to have a counter trend with inducement. Because when, for example, you have counter trends, you have already less chances and less probability that the trade will work, because of the fact that it's already counter trend, it's not with the trend. So this means if you're as well reducing the risk, to reduce the risk even more, you need to add inducement, because if you don't have inducement, the POI straight away is weaker, and it's already counter trend, so it's making the POI even weaker. So that's why even if we had, for example, a 4-hour POI right here, as there was no inducement in this leg, I didn't consider this 4-hour POI as valid, and instead we just have the 1-hour POI's counter trend just a little bit higher with a lot of inducement, all of those highs right here, pretty similar to gold basically. So we have all of those highs right here with some liquidity to sweep. So when price will come back up and sweep the liquidity, we'll be able to continue the bearish counter trend momentum and push into the downside. If not, we still have the last buys available exactly right here. So these two 4-hour POIs are the last basically buy POIs. Why we're still looking for some buys right here, guys? It's because of the fact that overall, like I was explaining, we need this low to be broken to completely confirm the reversal. So that's why right here we can still look for some buys. Now see right here I said half risk, and why there is half risk is just because those buys POIs are starting to get pretty old. And they're here just because of the big push up. Like this range is pretty weird, to be honest. So that's why both of the directions are valid, but both of the directions, no one is strong enough to use full risk, in my opinion. So if, for example, you lose 1% as a full risk, you just half of it. So it's just to secure more of your capital and not getting overexposed to some bad losses. Okay, so yeah, that's, I tapped, we're not live. We're not live. We're now live. Thank you. So okay, so let's see if we have some questions. Am I the next to win the prop firm? Yeah, guys, so today as well, like on the previous live stream, we're gonna be giving away another 6K funded account. So a free 6K funded account on for traders. So same thing, same rules as on the previous week. At the end of the live stream, I'm gonna ask you guys a question of something that I explained during the live stream, and the first person that gets the answer will receive a free 6K funded account. So if you want the chance to win a free 6K funded account, just stay until the end of this live stream. And you need as well to follow for traders and follow me on social medias, and then that's it. We will be able to participate in the giveaway. So yeah, guys, at the end of the live stream, stay tuned because it's in less like within 1 hour, and we're gonna be giving away a free funded account. So yeah, guys, let's continue. But yeah, just pay attention to what are we doing, and afterwards you will be able to win the funded account. If not, for swing trade, is it bullish? Day trade is bearish. Yeah, that's pretty much it. So that's why like both of them are kind of not aligned, so it's pretty weird. So that's why it's half risk both. What about the time gold moves aggressively and doesn't give confirmation? Honestly, if gold moves aggressively and doesn't give confirmation, you just don't trade. You have other pairs to trade. Personally, I'm not like a gold trader, like 100%. I just trade gold like a lot of people, but yeah, if I don't have a setup on one specific pair, I'm just gonna move to another pair. How many trades did you take last week? So on major pairs, there was 1, 2, 3. There was 3 trades on major pairs on the previous week, but if you go on all the pairs, that all trades that happened, it happened a lot of minor pairs on the previous week, and we had pretty nice wins, like, you know, on Euro NZD, we had a nice little win on Euro AUD. Yeah, Euro CAD as well. We had nice little wins right here on minor pairs. But of course, minor pairs, I don't have time to break down everything during these free live streams. So everything right here is just broke down in the Discord. But yeah, we got pretty nice trades again on my for traders account. So So I can show you if you want. But yeah, we had a nice little trade on Euro NZD, Euro CAD. So let me find it. It's exactly the trades that you see right here. So I can show you. It's here. This is the P&L on Trade Locker. Exactly right here. So, bam, this is the two trades. This is Euro NZD and Euro CAD. So it's the trades right here. This one, and we had a similar one here. Anyway. So yeah, same thing for people if you want to see here. Anyway, anyway, but yeah, this is pretty much what happened on the previous week. Okay. Major pair, okay, so GP USD exactly right here. It's similar to Euro USD, you know, it's pretty similar to Euro USD. However, the difference is that on GP USD, we broke structure downside here too, so we actually overall now bearish. We got the confirmation that we have a reversal according to my rules, so we are actually, you know, bearish. So that's why we can look for some overall sells. In this case, the last break of structure downside happened here, as you can see, but more recently we started to break structurally upside again. This only one break of structurally upside can just be a liquidity sweep, and it's pretty much what's gonna happen. So we had a liquidity sweep exactly right here, and now we tapped into a 1 hour POI just above after sweeping all the inducement liquidity right here, and as you can see, price just completely left. Unfortunately, this trade right here already left without us. Why? It's because this was the closest low to target. Okay, overall you could have maybe targeted the low right here. However, this low is really far away. So this is okay, so this is a bit confusing, because technically the closest low to target is here, but it's really close, but the overall low to target it's here, but it's really far away. So what do we do? Like, what do we do with the target for this trade? So as right here, we tapped into the POI. Let's see what happens here. We have actually a pretty nice bullish POI. What can be our target too? However, it does look like the trade already played out and pushed to the downside. So when a trade plays out without us, you know, and just leaves without us, the chances for it to actually go back in the extreme POI, let's say on the 15-minute or 5-minute, let me densify my most extreme POI, surely on the 1 minute. So the most extreme POI for this trade, there might be not even one. Okay, there's no POI on the 1 minute. That's weird. Nothing here, nothing here, nothing here. Okay, maybe there's not even a valid entry for this trade. Okay, let me, looks like for now this is the most extreme one. That's kind of weird. Okay, I mean, this is the most extreme POI right here. So first of all, this trade is just a really bad risk-reward ratio. Like, first of all, this trade just have a really bad risk-reward ratio. So even if you enter, this is the most extreme POI, your stop loss would have been above the high, the overall high, not just the POI, on the overall high right here. And yeah, this risk-reward ratio is just bad. This risk-reward ratio on GP USD is just bad. Even if you target, like, you need to target the overall low for it to be a good risk-reward ratio. So yeah, there's no extreme POI for this trade, so this means that this trade is just not valid. For me, if I have a bad risk-reward ratio, as my win rate is not the highest, I'm not risking to take in the trade. That doesn't make sense. You know, that just doesn't make sense. So that's why this trade, even if we tapped into it, we got all the confirmations, it's just not a valid entry because there's just no valid POIs first. So yeah, in this case, GP USD, this trade is ciao. And except for that, now we have a break, like I was explaining, to the upside. This might just be some liquidity sweep. So again, to confirm the bullish bias, we need the break of structure of this high, and of course more push to the upside. For now, we're still bearish. Unfortunately, there is no other POIs to look for some sells right here on the 4-hour and on the 1 hour. I mean, we tapped into this one, but then price just left, and right here there's nothing else. So GPUSD, there is nothing else to do right now. So the only thing we can do is to wait either for a break to the upside or a break to the downside and then have a new range, because right now there is nothing much we can do left, you know. So yeah, that's pretty much it for GPUSD. Now let's go on USDGPY, because USDGPY looks pretty nice. So as you can see right here, we're having multiple breakout structures to the upside, so we're having some strength, you know, on GPY pairs. Even if overall we just dropped, you know, right here, dropped pretty heavily. Right now, we have as well, as you can see, some bullish momentum back up. So the last break of structure to the upside happened exactly right here, and we created this range right here. Then your most extreme POI in this case is this 4-hour one that price tapped into it, and now we just wait to see a confirmation to look for an entry. So our confirmation is always on the 15 minutes. Always, we will need to wait for a 15-minute break of structure. So your 15-minute break of structure / change of character, this is the last break to the downside. So right here, this is the high we needed to break, and we got it. Now, let's densify our most extreme POI. In this case, the most extreme POI on the 15-minute there is nothing, 5-minute there is nothing, so let's go on the 1 minute, and let's see if on the 1 minute we have anything. So in the bottom right here where the price is the most extreme, there is nothing, but there is a 1 minute POI here that is pretty high. Let's see if there is anything lower. Maybe not. So here we have a 5 minute, but it's not lower. And here it's the same one, but on the 15 minutes. So looks like this 1 minute is the most extreme, and it's like actually a refinement of this 15-minute right here. So first things first, let's see if the risk to reward ratio for this trade is worth it. So we enter right here, stop loss below the low, and take profit at the hourly high. So the closest hourly high would be here, right? But this is pretty low. So yeah, the next available hourly high would be here. So this high, it's not that bad. This high, as you can see, price already reached it. But yeah, the risk to reward ratio right here, it's a 104. 104, it's not the best, it's not the worst, it's actually the minimum as we can target for the take profit final. If the take profit final is lower than 104, I'm not entering the trade. Okay, if it's 104 and more, I'm entering the trade. Right now, 103 risk to reward ratio for a take profit one, it's here. And take profit final, like I said, is just at 104 right here. So this is how the trade will look like. However, guys, when market will open, don't enter the trade straight away, because there will be the Sydney session, and the Sydney session, it's really not a good session to trade. So wait for Sydney to pass, and if the trade is still valid, you can enter. The risk to reward ratio for this trade is not the best, but like I said, it's the minimum. So it can still be taken. I know it's not the best, but it's not the worst. So like I said, it can still be taken. And this high price reached this high right here. That was actually the closest height for the entry, but with this high, the risk to reward ratio was just not worth it at all. Like you see, it's just really, really bad. So that's why you can target this one. Okay, so yeah, that was USDGPY. And for the extreme POI. And for POIs are not the most extreme one. So let's say, for example, this 15-minute one here, or maybe other ones that are not the most extreme one. I don't know if we have anything else. Yeah, we do have one. We have a 1 minute here, and that's it. Okay, so for the two POIs that are not the most extreme one, that is this one and this one, you can actually just wait for an extra confirmation if you want to enter here, and the extra confirmation is just a 1 minute break. So yeah, but the most extreme is just your limit placed, and that's it. Okay, GPY, same thing, really similar. Here as well, we're pushing to the upside. This is the last break to the upside, as this is really a small pullback. I didn't consider it as a new range or anything. And as this is the new range, we are having the fib from the bottom to the top. Okay, I'm gonna remove this because the rain is less strong. So yeah, basically we have this low and this high, and there is no valid POIs on the 4 hour. So we can go on the 1 hour, but in this area there is no valid POIs on the 1 hour either. So actually the only valid POI in this range is this 4 hour one in the bottom. So we cannot wait, we cannot do anything else than just waiting for the POI to get mitigated. So right here we just wait the price to push down, and like always afterwards, when you have your POI mitigation, you go on the 15 minutes and you wait for a 15-minute confirmation, and that's it, you entered. That's not more complicated than that. So yeah, that's pretty much it on GBP GPY. Okay, yeah. USD CHF, you will see. Uh-oh, I crashed. Did I crash? Hello? Okay, I think it's good. My network. Oh yeah, my network is just bad. Uh-oh. Uh-oh, guys, is my internet lagging? Everything's good? Okay. It's good. Okay. I mean, let's continue. If it's really lagging, we're gonna stop, but your network is fluctuating. Uh-oh. It's surely because of the rain. I predicted it. I predicted it. Streaming when there is rain. It's not the best. But yeah, we're gonna continue. If I'm cutting, just tell me, okay? So yeah, USD CHF, it's pretty much the same as on the previous week as we forecasted USD CHF. So I'm gonna go pretty fast again over that. So overall, we are bearish. You know, we're having a pretty bearish momentum, and more recently, we just pushed to the upside right here. So same thing, overall we need this high to be broken to completely confirm the bullish momentum, and everything that is going on right here for now is counter trend. Okay, so that's why we still have some extreme POI sells, and at the same time we're as well having this bullish momentum that we can look for some buys. So it's pretty the same thing as on the previous week. So we still have the same POIs for sells, and we still have some POIs for buys. There's no POIs on the 4 hours, that's why I went on the 1 hour. And on the 1 hour, we have this 1 hour POI and this 1 hour POI exactly right here. So yeah, that's pretty much it. It's the same thing as on the previous week. There's nothing much to say. We just wait for the POI mitigation, 15-minute change of character, and then we wait for the push. Okay. USD CAD, pretty similar. However, on USD CAD, we broke structure to the downside here and here and here. And now we're having this break of structures to the upside. So we broke structure to the upside here, here, and here. However, here why it's still counter trend is because we never got a nice pullback to confirm the bullish bias. So remember, we need older ranges broken and new range broke 2 times. So in this case, we only have one new range. We don't have a pullback and another break. But if price breaks structure upside here again, we're gonna be overall bullish. So yeah, but for now, this is the same POIs as we identified as well on the previous week. So there's still counter trend, nothing changed. Price just pushed a little bit higher, but for now, everything is still exactly the same. So yeah, we just wait for either the POI mitigation here or another break so we can have a new range and consider this as overall structure. So yeah, nothing much changed here either. So we just wait for the POI mitigation and of course all the other confirmations. AUD/USD, here it's a bit more, how to say that, a bit more weird, because if we just zoom a little bit, we see that we are kind of consolidating, you know. But if we focus more of what's going on, we are actually bearish. So we broke structure downside here, here, and here, you know. So we have our confirmations to look for some bearish overall sells. Issue is that there is no POIs to look for sells. So pretty similar to GBP/USD, there is nothing to look for sells here. Everything just pushed up and there is nothing to look for sells. So at the moment, we just wait for either a break to the downside or a break to the upside. After that, we will have a new range and we will be able to look for some buys or sells. But right now, there's nothing to do as there's nothing to sell and it's too soon to look for buys. So yeah, that's pretty much it. So yeah, let's go on NZD/USD now. So NZD/USD, here we're pushing to the downside. So pretty similar to AD/USD. We're having this bearish momentum, as you can see. And right here, however, compared to AUD/USD, we're having still some POIs to look for sales. So we have this 4-hour POI, that price tapped into it. And we have, let's say if we have anything else, and we have nothing else. So this POI, that is the 4-hour one, was actually the last POI to look for some sales, as there's nothing else above. Now let's see what happened. Price tapped into this 1-hour POI, and as you can see, it just left without us. So the low, like I was explaining, this is too close to target this as an overall low, and this is too far away, so you can target something in between, like right here. And this is exactly what I was explaining, that this in between price already reached it. So this POI unfortunately left. So there is no trade opportunity right here after price leaves, because when price leaves without us, okay, this makes the POI no longer strong enough, because what we want with the strategy is a POI mitigation, break, and straight away entering the trade, and then we leave together. But when price leave without us, this is basically the movement but without us. So that's why we try to catch the setup straight when price taps into the POI and not like 2 days after. So yeah, nothing else on NZD/USD. Pretty boring right now what's going on major pairs, to be honest, but I mean it is what it is. So nothing on AD/USD, nothing on NZD/USD, nothing on GBP/USD. So yeah, let's go on Euro/GBP now. So Euro/GBP, same thing here. The price action has been a bit weird. It's the only pair, I mean not only pair, it's the only pair that is so low, you know. I mean, not really. What am I saying? No, it's pretty similar. I don't know what I'm saying. So it's not the only pair. Forget what I just said. But yeah, Euro/GBP, more like other Euro pairs, as well have weird bias. So overall, this is the overall low we need to break for overall like change in the range. But at the same time, we're being really bearish for a pretty long time. So that's why this 4-hour POI, I say it's counter trend, because it's not really counter trend. Technically, this is still the extreme POI for the buy, okay, but very old. It's a very old POI, so it needs to be half risk, because it doesn't. Again, we don't like to hold trades or POIs for such a long period of time. So it's the most extreme buy. Okay, it's the last buy, but it's so old, so it's not worth it to use full risk here. So yeah, that's why we can still look for some last buy right here. And except for that, I mean, price is just pushing to the downside and we still have some counter trends. But same thing here, there is no valid POIs to look for like good entries. There is, however, one right here on the 1 hour. So 1 hour POI counter trend right here. And that looks like it's pretty much it. Yeah, so this is the two only other one POIs that we can look for some counter trend. This one with the inducement right here. In this new range, there is nothing. So yeah, we just have this with the inducement right here and this one as well. So yeah, this is the new things we have on Euro/GBP. So same thing, you just wait for the POI mitigation, break of structure, and then push to the downside. So yeah, that's pretty much it. It's pretty similar to the previous week as well. So you know, the thing about the strategy is that you just have setups and then you wait, and that as well practice your patience, because when you don't see the confirmations, you just don't enter. So it's not like too complicated, you know. Okay, so that's pretty much it. This is Euro GBP. Now that's it for major forex pairs, guys. So we can go quickly over some indices, as I know people love NAS. So let's go on NAS, and we can go quickly look at Bitcoin as well. And afterwards, we can do a trade breakdown. And after that, we're just gonna draw the funded account. So yeah, guys, stay tuned. It's in less than 15 minutes that you're gonna be able to win the free 6K funded account on For Traders. So yeah, let's just finish with NAS. So basically, NAS is really aggressively bullish for pretty recently. You know, we just completely just start to push to the upside, and we gain our bullish momentum back up. And right here, the last break to the upside was here. It was another really aggressive break here. As you can see, there was another really aggressive break here, but let's see if there is any POYs in this really small range. If I go on the 1 hour, there is nothing. So there is nothing in this really small range. This is actually just some inducement for the POYs exactly right here. And okay, so that's pretty much it. And on other indices, it's pretty similar. Now, I know some people as well love to trade Bitcoin. So let's go on Bitcoin as well to do a quick update. Okay, so since the previous week, it's pretty similar. So we still have the same POYs to look for some buys. And on the 1 hour, there is a new POY, I think right here. Nope, it's already mitigated, as you can see, so that's not valid. So yeah, it's exactly the same thing as on the previous week for Bitcoin. We still have the same buy POYs right here, and nothing much changed. Okay, so yeah, that's pretty much it for the breakdown itself. Now we can go over a trade recap. So we can do a little recap of the trade that happened on the previous week. So let's break down. I'm gonna break down Euro NZD exactly right here, or EuroCAD. I mean, EuroCAD, it's an easier trade to break down, so I'm just gonna break down EuroCAD. But it's exactly the same thing. It's just that Euro NZD is a bit more far, but it's the same idea. Like, it's the exact same idea. So overall, right here, if I delete everything, overall we're bullish. You know, we're having a multiple bullish break of structures to the upside, and the two last break of structures were here and here. So remember what I said. To have a complete reversal, we need this low being broken and this low being broken. Okay, and as you can see, one of the two confirmations is here, but the second one, this low never got broken. So we could still have looked for some buys. And in this case, we have this 4 hour POY that was as well the most extreme 4 hour POY right here to looking for some buys after sweeping all of the inducement liquidity that was building up right here. So the 4 hour POY got tapped in, as you can see. And then what we just need to do is to go on the 15-minute when the POY is mitigated. So the POY got mitigated exactly right here. So we now need to identify the high that needs to be broken to have our confirmation. The last break of structure happened right here. So this is the high connected to it. So for now, this is the high to break. But if we have a break to the downside first, we're going to have a change in the range. And this is exactly what happened here. We broke to the downside, so we had a change in the range. So now this is the high of the new little range right here. So this is the high we need to break. And as you can see, bam, we broke to the high, so we have our confirmation. And in this case, you're just going to take your Fibonacci and identify your extreme POY in the discount. So if the POY is here, it's not valid. It needs to be below the 0.5. And in this case, the most extreme POY was this 5-minute POY. So pretty easy. You just place your entry right here. Stop loss will be below the 15-minute range, and you add like 1 centimeter to the stop loss or something like this. And then a little bit of pips as well to the entry. and your take profit, you will just target the hourly high right here. So this is how the trade looks like, and just make me sure. Yeah, okay, perfect. So let's see what happens. So price just pushed down, tap into the entry right here, and afterwards just pushed up. As you can see, your take profit 1 will be at 103 risk trade ratio. So at 103 risk trade ratio, you'll take some partials out and place your stop loss to break even, and then you just hold it until the final take profit right here. So you know, it's not really complicated. It's always the same thing, and that's it. So this was the trade on Euro CAD, and Euro NZD was really similar. It's exactly the same thing. It's just that Euro NZD, the POI was actually even lower. So you see, it was even more extreme right here, and it was pretty old. So that's why it was like a little bit half risk, like pretty much similar to Euro USD on what's going on in Euro GBP. So we tapped into the buy POI in the 1 hour in this case, and we again went on the 15 minutes to wait for a 15-minute break of structure. This is the high we needed to break. So if I go back in time, this is the high we needed to break. We got it, and in this case the most extreme POI was on the 15 minutes. Same thing, entry, stop loss below the low, and that's it. Your take profit final for this trade could have been the hourly high here, or just the POI here, or even if you wanted to be even more safe, you could have just targeted this little pullback for 105.5. It's pretty close. Honestly, it's really safe as an option. The POI right here would have been a better risk trade ratio with a better option. But yeah, right here price just pushed up, and same thing. There is nothing much complicated about those two trades, either one on EuroCAD or on Euro NZD. As you can see, this is exactly for people who didn't see earlier, but this is the execution on Trade Locker right here. It's the same level. You can check it out if you want, but yeah, this is the execution, guys. Don't really see it close here. It's pretty ugly, but it doesn't want to zoom. Oh, okay. Here you go. Anyway, so yeah, guys, that's it for the two trades right here, and we can now do the giveaway. So giveaway time, guys. Giveaway time. What's going on and how is the giveaway working? First of all, you need to go on YouTube, because for people who are watching the live stream right now on TikTok, I'm not gonna see your answers on TikTok. You need to go on 4Traders YouTube channel. So how to find the 4Traders YouTube channel? Pretty easy. You just go on YouTube, and I'm gonna show you right now. So bam. Okay. So you go on YouTube, exactly right here, you write 4Traders, and it's exactly right here. This is the 4Traders YouTube channel. This is right here the live stream that we are now in. As you can see, we are now live directly right here. And you go on 4Traders, bam bam bam, and just subscribe. That's it. And afterwards you are in. Of course that's that's the only thing. And then you just go on the live stream that is right here. So you click on the live stream that is right now currently in, and when I'm gonna ask you the question, you will need to to answer in YouTube, on YouTube, not on TikTok. So if you're on TikTok, go on YouTube right now. I'm waiting for people to join the live stream on YouTube, because if you answer on TikTok, you're not in. Okay, so you go right here, you subscribe, and that's it. You just watch right here and you answer. So yeah, let's wait for more people to join. Let's wait right here for more people to join, and when this will be over, I mean not over, but when people will arrive, we will start. Um, so there's a question. If you set your order limits in advance and they got hit during Sydney session, is there a problem? Um, you need to remove your limits before Sydney session if it's really close to break even because of the spreads. Like on all of the like brokers or everywhere you will trade, prop firms, whatever, Sydney session is always the worst session because of really low volume and liquidity what's going on, because there's no big like hedge funds or everyone that is trading during Sydney. So there is some liquidity injected in the market, but it's really low. So that's why it's an awful session to trade. I personally just close my trades before Sydney and reopen them when the market conditions are better. But yeah, it's not a good idea to hold trades or like trade Sydney session. Can one be profitable just trading only major pair full time with this strategy? Yeah, basically before that, before I added minor pairs, we were pretty much trading only major pairs. But members in my like Discord community, they start to trade minor pairs as well and asking me to break them down. So that's why we started to have minor pairs as well, that we were breaking them down. But before that, I was just trading major pairs and it was pretty fine. But yeah, it's sometimes the only thing with major pairs that there's less setups, but if you don't care about that, it's fine. Do I have a group where sharing setups and signals? I don't send signals. I have a whole video, like I have made a whole where it is. I have made a whole interview with four traders exactly right here with Lenka, that we were talking about this exact subject. So if you haven't seen, this is my full interview on like my story, how I succeed in trading, etc., etc., etc. So this is when I went basically to meet four traders in Prague and won the public award for the Four Traders Gala. But yeah, basically it's somewhere around right here. Yeah, it's somewhere around right here and right here. Somewhere around there. I'm talking that I'm not sending signals, but yeah, I do have a community. It's in Discord right here. But I'm sharing setups. I'm not sharing signals. Like I personally don't like signals because I don't feel like it's a good way to learn. So instead I'm sharing, for example, setups exactly right here. So I'm sharing. My internet is so slow. I'm sharing right here the POIs, etc., and saying what to do, where to enter, if the trade left, if the trade is valid. So like minor markups, major markups, market updates. But like for example right here, entry, need break of structure. This is the EuroCAD trade that we talked about. So this is the exact entry. Remember the EuroCAD trade that we just broke down? EuroCAD trade right here. This is the exact entry. So you see, this was the markup. This was the markup for this trade. It's exactly the same trade that I just broke down. Before it happened, you can see right here it's ongoing, the price. So yeah, but I'm not sending signals. I'm not saying you this is the entry, this is the stop loss, this is the take profit, because everything is explained. So you already know what to do basically. Okay guys, so time for the giveaway. So now people join, so it's time to ask the question. So guys, get ready to answer. The question is, for a 6k funnel giveaway, again, quick reminder, you need to answer directly on YouTube. If you don't answer on YouTube, I'm not taking into consideration your answer. Okay, so the question is, it's gonna be less confusing maybe than the previous week. The question is, when the POI is mitigated, what do you need to do first? So after the POI is mitigated on a higher time frame, what do you do? What is the next step of the strategy? So now it's time for waiting for the answers. So I want the two next steps of the strategy. Yeah, the next step. So, Okay, so okay guys, so we have someone that got the answer. So the person who got the answer is right here, just us X. This is the first person who got the answer right. So I don't know who you are, but you need to basically I'm gonna show you. It's this person, guys. This person right here won. So guys, you need this person, I don't know who you are, but you need to DM me on Instagram. Okay, so go on Instagram and you need to DM me, and directly I'm gonna show you. So you need to just send me the proof that this is your YouTube channel. Okay, so this is your YouTube channel, and you just go on my Instagram that is exactly right here, and you just DM me. So yeah guys, right here for this person, I don't know who you are, just who just us X here, this person, you're the first one who got the right answer. So yeah, just go on Instagram right here, DM me, and I'm gonna send you the code to get your free 6K funded account. So yeah guys, again, those funded accounts will be every single week. We're gonna give one of them. So if you didn't win this week, just join next week and you're gonna again have another chance to win a funded account, again for completely free. So yeah, this person, just us X, you won. So go and DM me on Instagram, and that's it. So yeah. And for people who are wondering how to join like the Discord and things like that, just go on Instagram. There's a link. It's all there. And if you have, by the way, any questions about my strategy, about for traders, about anything, you can always DM me. I always like answer my messages, and I always answer DMs. So if you have any questions, you can always you know, go on Instagram and DM me, and that's it. If you have questions about trading, and that's it. He was wrong. It's break of structure, not change of character. I personally, okay, use the term break of structure for everything. Like, I don't use the term change of character. For me, it's a break of structure. So the person is right. Like, I know some people, it's like they call it change of character, market structure shift, but it's just synonyms. For me, it's both the same thing. So this is right here, the first person who got it right, exactly right here. This is the answer exactly right here, and then everyone else started to, you know, push down right here. So yeah, that's not specific enough for guys. I call it break of structure. If for you it's not specific enough, it's like I personally call it a break of structure. If you go right here in my markups and you look at what I'm explaining, look right here. It needs to show here. Waiting for break of structure first. That's how I personally call it. So this is the markup. This was another markup on EuroCAD for a sell. So waiting for break of structure first. He got it. Like for me, it's how I use. I don't use the term change of character. So for me, it's valid. So yeah, that's exactly it for today. Guys, if you just want the link for everything, it's on my social medias. Just go on my social medias and you're gonna find the link for the Discord and everything. And for the funded accounts, for the giveaway of the funded accounts, there is no end up date. There is no date limit. You know, every single time we're gonna have a free weekly outlook with for traders. We're gonna give away a free 6K funded account. So yeah guys, that's pretty much it. So yeah, just if you want to like find my social media, it's just exactly here. So yeah, that's pretty much it. So yeah, that's it guys. If you have any questions, just DM me on social medias, and that's it. Have a nice end of the day, and congratulations to the winner. I'm waiting for your message. Just prove me that it's your funded it's your YouTube account, and that's it. So thank you for joining guys, and we're gonna see each other next week for for another weekly outlook. So yeah, guys, have a nice end of the day and see you soon. Ciao, ciao. So I'm gonna end it right here and bye bye.